but I want you to face the camera. There.
I am. I am.
Evening all. It would seem that we are live, and we have a special guest interview this evening. Uh, to my, well, it would actually be my right over here, but she appears on my left. Uh, say hello to our prepping friend, Aleksandra the Great. Give her a nice hello and welcome, everybody. She has a good channel. I've been following her. It's a small channel, but she pulls no punches and she tells it like it is. Okay, so give her a nice welcome, everyone, and just say hello, Aleksandra. Um, Introduce yourself a little bit more, if you'd like to, and tell us a little bit about your channel and what you want to do there.
Hi guys, as you know me, I'm Aleksandra the Great. My YouTube channel name, my real name is Alex. Just call me Alex for whoever you know me in person. I started my YouTube channel about over a year ago, I guess. I just felt like all the shit that was happening, I just want to share stuff, do you know what I mean, with people and how I'm prepping and my outlook on the whole pandemic, whatever it is. And this is how I started. I didn't really do too much for a while, and there's a lot of videos I kind of like deleted because I didn't like it. But I don't know, one day it just like started going, and like Angry Prepper and Northern Girl Hobbies, they kind of noticed me and they really like me, and I was like, holy, so I'm not really that bad. And I just kind of started doing it more often, and I feel like now I'm more relaxed on the little bit nervous now, but in overall, I'm a little bit more relaxed with my channel, and I just want to show people how I prep and how I think and what do I do. Yeah, what I do.
Okay, so that's perfect. That's great. I mean, you and I have been talking for a little bit, back and forth, and that Northern Girl Hobbies is like sister to me, right? So, um, and I got mad respect for Jason as well, right? The Angry Prepper, and I think that's where I saw you. I think that's where I bumped into you. I think I bumped into you before you did your interview with Jason.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that
Like
was before. Yeah.
just saying hello and stuff like that in the
Right.
chat. But
Yeah.
okay, so that's cool. Explain to people roughly where on the globe you are. We don't want
So
your postal code or your address, but roughly where on the globe you are, and what's like what does it for you? What's chewing at you to make you prep?
you know what? I'm in BC, British Columbia, west coast of Canada. It's so beautiful here. Lots of bug out land. If you really want to bug out, so much land. You obviously have to be a pro in wilderness and stuff to actually go if you really need to. Here in BC, everybody is so nice and everybody is so obedient, at first to the government and everything, doctor this and this tells us to do, we do it for her, you know what I mean? And I was just like, what is happening? Why are so many ships around? Anyway, I kind of want to swear, but I really can't much because my son is sitting next to me and he refused to go to the room.
All right, listen, Aleksandra, I want you to be yourself. Just
Right.
feel free to talk the way that you
Yeah.
talk, because the way that
I
we
just don't want my son to hear me too much.
talk,
Maybe
well,
once in a while.
I get that. I get that.
Right.
But just
Yeah.
say it
So,
like it is. Be yourself, and
mm,
I want to take a second just to recognize everyone in chat and say hello. Very important
yeah.
to do that. I can't always like do it in text and say hello to each and everyone specifically. I'm on the StreamYard right now, so it makes it a little bit difficult for me. I can't see everything, so
Right.
I do apologize for that. But no,
I'm looking at the live stream and Ontario Prepper, hi. He goes to me, give him earplugs to my son.
Aleksandra is basically the female angry prepper. when it comes to talking, it's like leaning against the fence at work and talking to your buddy. And if you're a fireman, construction worker, whatever it might be, you can imagine the cuss words that come out. And that's just how Aleksandra and I
I
talk.
express
Like,
myself, yeah, for sure,
if
right?
we're on the phone or whatever, she just go watch her videos. You'll see. She doesn't pull any punches at all.
Yeah, no, going back to where I am, so many sheeps, it's insane. I'm still shocked, because obviously we had the freedom convoy, and that was the time when you could actually see the people, not the sheeps or whatever, and then obviously sheeps are still people, but I was like, at that time I started feeling like less alone in it, because I really felt alone for so long. And two of my good friends, they were like, oh, you're not alone for many months, you're not alone, we're not taking this magic potion and this and that. And then they folded, they gave in. So I was pretty much alone for so long, and they didn't want to tell me. And I was like, I was suspecting it, something was odd about it, right? So I was like suspecting it. And then they folded, and I was like, well, if you fold it now, you wait until shit gets real bad, because this is just a test, this was just the beginning, this was nothing compared with what's happening soon, right?
Totally.
And I see it.
Like I mean, I made a community post a couple of weeks ago, posting an article from the Ottawa Citizen. Now, for my American brothers and sisters and anyone else abroad, the Ottawa Citizen. Okay, Ottawa's where our parliament resides, and the Ottawa Citizen is a nationally renowned newspaper. They posted an article. I think it was on the 27th of September, 2021. Correct me if I'm wrong on that date, but and it was stating that the Canadian military admitted, saying it would be a good opportunity. COVID would be a good opportunity to practice psychological operations on Canadian citizens.
That's crazy.
So
that is crazy.
It goes deep, right?
Yeah, I think it's all psychological in a way, because I mean, I wish I could tell so much more shit on this live, but it probably would be shut down, so I don't really want to do that to you.
Well,
And
we
give
can
us
ease into it.
But just I don't believe in the whole numbers they were given, so many. Even the percentage was so small, but their numbers were wrong. It was nothing about our health, absolutely nothing. It's all bullshit. Like, my friend at work, I'll tell you something. So she had 3 magic potions. Lovely woman, honestly, lovely woman. I mean, most people at my work are pretty nice. And she got C a few days ago. I think last week she was off work, and then she comes back and still wearing a muzzle. And today I heard her coughing really bad, like horrible. Okay, and she's still wearing it, and she's coughing in it. And I'm thinking standing next to her, and I was like, I just want to fucking shake you. Excuse my French, baby. And I was like, I just want to fucking shake you. Wake up! But what are you doing to yourself? Do you know what I mean? Like,
absolutely.
Holy, like, what is wrong? And like, I'll tell you something, guys. I have to tell you what happened to me today. Okay? Somebody hit and run my car.
I'm gonna put you biggie, okay?
Hmm.
I'm gonna put you biggie. Like that.
Oh. Where are you? Why did you disappear?
I just hit a little button here.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's okay.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
that's
not
bad.
leaving you.
No, don't leave me. Don't leave me.
Wait a second.
No, I think we have to stay in the older.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know.
So,
I'm just playing with buttons. Ignore
yeah,
me.
yeah, no problem. Yeah, somebody hit and run my car today. Fucked on my bumper, side of the car. Pissed me off. Now I have to pay $500 deductible. Like, obviously I cannot wash my car. I have to take it to the shop tomorrow. They're gonna confirm it was hit and run. It wasn't me. I didn't do shit because I'm a good driver and whatever. Anyway, and that person didn't stay and like didn't even leave a note. I'm sorry or nothing. And it's like people don't care. They don't give a shit.
They
Do you know
didn't
what I
leave a
mean?
note?
Nothing. Zero. Absolutely zero. So now I don't even know if it was. I think it was next to my son's school because when I parked to pick him up, I didn't see shit on my car when we was going to playground because we went playground for 20 minutes, right? And I was like, what the heck? And it's like, it just shows you people are assholes and they're gonna turn into more assholes soon. And I feel like as preppers, we have to mentally prepare ourselves because we're gonna be hit with a lot more. I mean, what do you think, Sean? Like, what do you think, Sean, is gonna happen this summer? What is your intake?
All right. First of all, I don't make predictions because you can do that 99% of the time. You're going to be wrong like the frickin' weatherman, okay? But earlier this year, like in the wintertime, I did predict for at least here in Canada, $10 a gallon gas. And we're over $8 now.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe let's use this opportunity. Diesel's at $8.50. Let's use this opportunity, guys and gals, to chime in. If you want to do a little bit of a skinny, roughly where you are.
Yeah. How much is your gas?
Participation, roughly where you are. What's your price of fuel, diesel, ground beef, dozen eggs, things like that. Daytime high, a big, massive hug, a cold northern hug to my brothers and sisters in Texas who are in the heat wave. Jeep, I see you there. Welcome. Hello to everyone in chat. Thank you for joining us. This is my friend Aleksandra the Great. Please check out her channel. Girl spits the truth, okay? She pulls no punches. She tells it how it is. But my prediction for what's going to happen is food is going to begin to skyrocket, or continue to skyrocket. Same with fuel.
So much. Yeah, you're right. What's the price in Ontario? Sean, listen. I've always heard since I came to Canada that Ontario is really cheap and BC is really expensive. So what is it like? Like how much is a dozen of eggs in Ontario?
Okay. I shop at the cheap grocery store, okay?
Yeah.
So the cheapest dozen of large eggs that I can get there is $3.37.
Wow. Wow.
Okay? And that's a grocery store called Freshco.
Yeah.
You may have it there.
You know what? I usually buy either organics, like I usually go to the freaking farm, the eggs lady, right? Her name is Janice. And I've been going to her for years and years and years, even before my son was born, okay? And what happened last time? The government went, kill off her chicken.
Is that right?
Yeah. So the first night, because I order more eggs for water glassing, right? I just had this thing, like I was just like driving a car and I was like, I got 2 buckets. They're not really full. I'm going to order more, right? So like I order and then she calls me and she's like, shit, 50 chickens gone, like some predator killed them. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And then she calls me a few days later and says that government came, did the PCR, they all biohazards, and they said, bird flu. I did a video on that actually. I was really pissed off that day. I was just like so freaking mad. And then she lost 200 chickens, so 50 and 150, they killed her because apparently they had a freaking bird flu. And now I go to Superstore and I buy the organics eggs, almost $7 a dozen.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what's really interesting? A very good friend of mine, just 20 minutes up the road. I've worked for him for, not for him, but with him for years and years and years. Very good friend of mine. When I want to go have a beer with someone, I go to his place, okay? He's got a small country property. He raises. He's got his own laying flock and raises like 50 meat birds at a time. And he usually does 2 crops of meat birds and some turkeys. And he decided to take his meat bird crop down a little bit, just in case they come in and police it and take out his flock.
Wow, that's crazy.
So he's going to be able to sell less. He'll still be able to grow what he wants to for his own family, but if his flock gets infected for any reason, they're all gone.
Oh my God.
And he purchased less so that if he does experience a loss, his loss is not so significant.
Holy shit. You know what I think? I don't know, something tells me that in the future, like 2-3 years from now, or even maybe faster, you won't be able to grow your own food. You won't be able to have your own animals.
I believe that's going to be the case. Yeah. Depending on the size of the property, the zoning, everything like that. They're going to rezone everything.
And they're going to blame on carbon. They're going to blame on carbon.
Oh, yeah, your footprint.
Okay, so wait. There's this. Okay, guys, I want you to. I'm gonna type. Okay, in the chat. Carl Vernon. Hang on. Yeah. This guy. You gotta watch his videos. Okay, he's been so active, and he does short videos. He doesn't do very much live streams, very few, but every video is like super fast. And he kind of just shows you the hypocrisy, the stupidity of the whole planet. And in one of his videos, he said something about, I think it's in New Zealand or Australia, they're gonna tax animals' burps and farts.
They're gonna pack it?
Tax it.
They're gonna tax cow farts.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I saw it, and actually, you know what? Shit. I know we're live now. I wish I could have the time to find it, but I will send you the link, or I will share the link on my community page, so guys check it out.
Yep.
How stupid is that the people don't realize this is like
gonna tax the cow farts.
Yeah. Well, the farmers will have to pay more taxes if the cows and whatever pigs barks and farts, like, because that's carbon. Oh my fucking God. It's like a clown planet. Like literally clown planet.
Well, what about fish farts and alligator farts and
right? What about my farts?
Exactly. Are they gonna put a meter on you and me and and your cat and your dog, and like, because dogs fart like crazy. Right. Anybody who's got a dog knows that dogs fart like crazy.
Holy shit.
Tax that too? Are they gonna
apparently women fart worse than the guys. That's what I've been told by my ex-husband.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that right?
Yeah. If you ask a guy, yeah. I don't know. I'm a guy, so yeah.
But you know what? The world is getting really stupid. Like you're in Ontario, right? So like you're right in Ontario. Yeah. Like I feel like you guys are still cheaper than BC. Definitely.
Okay. Well, I have a 1-bedroom apartment here, and it's $1,037, including heat, hydro, and hot and cold water.
Wow. Okay, so here, minimum for 1 bedroom, and sometimes there is no laundry included, and sometimes there is laundry included for like maybe once or twice a week. Minimum is $1,300.
I have no laundry here. I have to take mine out.
Yeah, so it's like, for me, it's a little bit different because I pretty much, I pay $1,000, right? I can do whatever I want. I can use the yard. I can do whatever I want. Like my landlord, he doesn't care. Like he wants me to do gardening, I do gardening.
You have a lovely yard, by the way. And
I do. This is all my work. Thank you. It's all my work.
Just my opinion. Maybe if you've watched any of my videos from a while back, I do tiny urban gardening and gardening in
Mhm.
small spaces, things like that, just to show people that are in apartments, if you got a patch of dirt, you can grow food in there, right? Because
Right.
I think you understand the importance uh,
Mm,
where this whole food thing is going as much as I do, right?
mm.
And
Absolutely.
I've been preaching that for a couple of years. And if you've got beautiful, lovely flower beds you can transform, if you got a marigold and then a
Mm,
marigold, hey,
mm.
put a couple of carrots in between the marigolds.
Yeah, I was actually, what, I have a spot in here. The problem is that before, for last 3 years, we had woods on this side. I mean, we still have woods, but my landlord claimed the land because it's his, and he cut it off, and now we're getting a lot of sun, a lot of sun. So now me and my neighbors next door, we're like, hey, why don't we put some veggie beds and whatever? So we're gonna be talking about it very soon about it, because I feel like they also know, they're a family of 5 and they go to Costco, they go Superstore, Walmart, and I feel like they also started realizing how expensive food is. Bag of carrot is like $5.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
You
So
know what I
I mean,
mean?
and you know, uh, think about it. Time a couple of years ago, like if
Mm-hmm.
all the frickin' stores are closed,
Mm-hmm.
or if you go in the store and everything's wiped out, there is no bag of carrots, there is no bag of
Unbelievable.
onions, right?
Unbelievable. I've noticed food rotting already on shelves. I've noticed that.
Really?
I've noticed that. A lot of oranges are rotting, and I was like, oh yeah, right. And I was like,
Oh,
put it
that's
away.
that's got to be shipping and transportation supply issues because it's taking
Yeah. So.
too long
Mhm,
to get that product
mm,
on the shelf.
mm, yeah, 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 exactly. And you know what? Like, I think, what was that? Short. One day, just one day, I went to superstore and there was no organic bananas. So, like, when I shop for fresh foods and veggies, like, I try to buy organic as much as I can.
Yeah.
Obviously, not everything you can. But I was like, where are the bananas? I was like, I've never seen anything like this. There was a one day there was no bananas at all. I was like, what? Then they
Okay.
came back. But I think you're right with the supply. Like, how are the stores in Ontario? And like, how are the stores where you guys are? Like, where everybody in the chat, like, are your stores fully
Well,
stocked
okay,
or?
so Moldy just said it where he is. Got home with berries and such and found moldy produce. Yeah,
Yeah.
take a
Wow.
second, guys and gals, to chime in on the chat with that. If you find that your produce doesn't last as long as sometimes a
Mm,
few years ago you could buy a head of lettuce and it's good for a week. Now you buy it
yeah.
and it's you got to use that in 2 days or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. Everything doesn't like last lately. I've noticed that. So when it comes to food, lasting, I'm gonna tell you this. When I was growing up, what we used to do. So if you live in an apartment, the way they were built, it was that. Fuck. How do I explain to this in English? I don't speak English. Shit. So you go in like a main door, and you've got like 10 flats, right? Like
Yeah.
4 floors and basement floor. So it's like, we call it 4 floors, but it is 5 floors. And then you go just before you go up the basement, the first floor, you've got stairs to the real basement, and every single flat, the whole block, it's 40 flats, 40 apartments. It's got their own, like, a basement, like a real, like a cellar. How do you call it? Like, you know what I mean?
Root cellar or cellar, yeah.
It's like a basement. Not so. It's like So about September, October, right? That I'm talking when I was like younger, not like, because obviously I'm almost 40 this year. But anyway, that's another story. Um, the horses from like from the village, and the big like carriages were coming slowly, and people would just grab like a big bag of potatoes. Okay, they were like dirty, they were washed, they were like in dirt. And so for me, my mother and my sister, we used to we call it three cubic meters or whatever. But it was about I think so, maybe 300 kilos for a winter. And we would buy that, and it would last us till end of February, and it wouldn't go bad. Sometimes few of the potatoes would grow the sprouts. So we would just dispose it, obviously, because you can't eat that, because you can literally die from it. You know what I mean? And
Yeah,
then
yeah. If they go green, don't eat
yeah,
it. Take the
that's
green
it.
off, or if they grow eyes on them, plant them.
Yeah. So this is what we used to do, and they lasted for months. And like, I feel like I can't really eat potatoes much unless I make chips, like deep fried chips. Just cut them and
Yeah,
put them in oil. But I was like, I said to my son, let's go. And we went to our favorite farm shop, and we bought this big bag of potatoes, and it was like 50 kilos. And no, within a month was gone. It was like soft rotten. So
that's
what
because
is
it's
it?
last. They're selling last year's potatoes.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
exactly what's happening with that. Okay. Um,
Mm.
all right. Let's keep on with that direction just a little bit here,
Mhm.
because you know it's something that you and I have talked about it,
Yeah.
and it's about your background, your upbringing. Um, Obviously, people can notice you have an accent, uh,
Mhm.
so maybe share with the people where you're originally from, and you know how you find things different here as opposed to there. I want to talk a little bit about that, especially about water. Okay, we talked about that.
I know, right? You know
All right.
what? I am Polish. I was born and raised in Poland, and I left Poland when I was just about 20 years old, and I lived in England and Scotland for 10 years, and now I've been in Canada for another 11 years, just almost 11 years. And so yeah, you know what? Huge difference between Poland, England, and Canada. Huge difference. I feel like Canada is my home. I definitely feel more accepted here. Nobody cares where I'm from. Nobody really cares about my accent. They're just like, yeah, cool, whatever. What's your name and how you doing? When in England, it was like kind of hard for me because I was just learning English. But anyway, but I still love England, and I still have great friends back there. And then when I was growing up, I don't know how, because I want to know how you grew up in Ontario, because like obviously Ontario was different, when you were born and growing up. But I didn't have running water. The first 7 years in my life, I did not have the running water in the house. I did not have a bath. I did not have a toilet. We had two toilets. One was at the back of the yard. One was for me and my mom, and the other was for my uncle and my great grandma. We had a well. And we had to like take the water from the well. And we was taught as kids, like little babies, do not go near that well. Do you know what I mean? Because you fall and you kill yourself, right? um Times were different. Kids weren't baby, kids weren't like privileged and spoiled. You were taught from the early age, to be kind of tough and independent. you know and then yeah, so with the water, like we would boil it on the stove, that we would either get coal for winter or and wood in the summer. So my great grandma and also all of us, we would go to the forest with an axe, chop some woods so we can cook food. It was so primitive. And guess what? We were really poor. Um, you know, but there was nothing in the stores. So it was a Poland in communism, and it was nothing in the stores. And you would go to the store, you would stand in the queue. It wasn't supermarkets like now. You just go in and grab stuff, right? You like have to stand in the line for so long. And when you finally get served, there's no more bread left. There's no more milk left. You have a portion. The government gave you a special cards, portion meat and certain things. And so you would raise your own animals, or a neighbor would raise, and they would sell it to you, half of a pig. That's how
Sure.
we would buy, right?
Okay, so you experienced rationing,
Yeah, I did.
meat and
Yeah.
whatever else. Okay, that's not uncommon. That happened, you know, a lot throughout Europe. and
Mm.
through Great Britain,
Mm.
especially during the Second World War. Uh, you get your weekly allotment, and that's what you get, and that's it.
Yeah, yeah. And how is your upbringing in Ontario? How was your like?
Uh, for me, it was pretty good actually. I had to work hard, but
Mhm.
you know, working hard as a young teenager or adolescent, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
um, builds good character. I grew up on a farm and operating beef and hog farm.
Oh.
It was 360 acres, and
Mm-hmm.
we
Wow.
also grew cash crops. We had corn, um, the wheat, barley, soybean, hay,
Mm.
timothy, alfalfa, uh, many different kinds of cash crop, and our garden itself, just beside the house, was an acre on its own.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wow.
because we grew up on, and we had good electricity, we had a good well, um, and
Yeah.
and so we had no problem with water or anything like that. But we had about a mile and a half of a river meandering through our
Mm-hmm.
property as well, so we could fish in there. And I would go after church
Nice.
on
Yeah.
Sundays. Once we were finished church, I'd get home, boom, get my fishing rod. I'm going down to the river, and I'll be fishing, and maybe I get some speckled trout or whatever to eat. So it was
Mhm.
nice, because it was a beef and hog farm. In the freezer, in the basement, we always had a whole cow in the freezer for winter, a
Nice.
pig or two in the other
Mm-hmm.
freezer, also filled with vegetables, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't have to buy a lot through the winter, except for maybe flour, sugar, potatoes, things like that. But the upbringing was good, to be honest with you. A lot of hard work, but I miss it.
Yeah. You know what? I feel like the values they gone. Um, like I, I had a very different life. Um, there was a lot of good and a lot of bad things, but I do miss it. I do miss, 80s. I miss 90s. My goodness. Life now is really different, and like the way people raising their children, holy shit.
All right,
It's
80s. 80s, I
insane.
was listening to heavy metal music and rocking out as a teenager. 90s, I was in the military and raising a young family. So for those times for us were completely different times. But I understand what you're saying about that specific age in your life when you
Yeah.
think back and how those times, those memories of those times are fond, right?
Right. Yeah, yeah. No, I mean, like, I miss the time before smartphones. I really miss it, Yeah, it's great now because you can communicate with everyone. We can do live stream. We can, like, we can call each other. I can call you when I'm driving from work from my car. It's great. But like I miss the whole pre kind of great technology, because in Poland we was late with everything, right? I didn't have my first cell phone till I was like 18 years old. And then I miss the whole relaxing vibe to life. People didn't have much money, and some people didn't have job, but they were still kind of happy because they were like just appreciative about everything simple. We didn't have pandemics in Poland, and we didn't have to go into lockdown, and you know what I mean, be forced to do stuff, and we
Yeah, you
didn't
know
care.
what? A time when you would just sit and hang out outside beside a fire.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
just
we used to do that all the time. Like summertime was like camping, fire, and
yeah,
it was normal. Yeah. Yeah. And now it's like now everyone, like, is working so hard and chasing money and chasing everything, and they forget to have a breathe out. They forget to have a time for themselves.
yeah. Well,
And it's
everyone wants a 60 or $70,000 truck, and up here in Canada, or at least here in Ontario, where I am,
mm,
um, the town where I'm in, the average price of a house, and it's on a little postage stamp lot.
Mm.
It's and now this is probably last year's number, $860,000 for a little
Oh,
wee house on a postage stamp lot in town.
God
Ghost
damn it.
Prepper, I see there. Welcome.
Yeah, hi Ghost Prepper. He wants a link to my channel. If somebody can drop it, I
Uh,
don't want to be like,
good
oh yeah,
evening.
thank you, Stuart. Thanks, Stuart.
Good evening to
Thank you.
everyone just coming in right now. My guest here is Aleksandra the Great. Uh, we're just having a little chinwag about sort of our upbringing, where she came from, how she grew up, how I grew up, uh, sort of how it matters to prepping.
It does.
Because I mean, this lady used to have to take water from the well,
Mm.
right? No running water the first 7 years of her life, right? There's Ontario Prepper with your link, I believe.
Thank you.
Sue's
Thanks,
got it.
Stuart and Ontario Prepper. Yeah,
Yeah,
thanks, guys.
thank you guys. Much appreciated. But yeah, just having an interesting chat.
Mm.
I
It
thought it'd
does
be cool.
matter, you know. Yeah, you know what you said? It does matter. I interrupted you, sorry.
No,
Because prepping is a lifestyle. It's something that I grew up because we prep all the time. We had to prep for a winter, right? Because our winters were minus 25, snow everywhere. There was no cars that much. There was no buses. Sometimes buses wouldn't come. So you would be stuck at home for quite some time and just, innocently playing in the snow. You know what I mean? As a child, but you would have to have food. You would have to have food.
exactly,
Otherwise,
exactly.
you would be screwed, absolutely screwed. So peak, canning and you know this is the things that we used to eat even when we moved to apartment. When my mother still did canning, a lot of canning. I mean, everybody in Poland was doing canning. It was such a thing. I'm not good at it. I'm gonna try again because I okay. So this is funny story. Okay, my dad gave me a recipe. I was like, Dad, I want to start canning. Okay, and then remember, I have left my country 20 years ago, right? And he was like, okay, I give you the recipe. So I did this few jars of like pepper and cucumbers, and the peppers were actually not bad. They were like with vinegar. So I had this, so I had this jar of cucumbers, pickled cucumbers, I canned it, and I took it to work, right, to my last job, and I wanted my ex boss to try it, and my assistant manager as well, because we was three like on the floor running the show pretty much, and and I opened the jar and I started eating the cucumber, and it was like, oh shit, it's disgusting, right? He's like, I don't want to try it based on your face expression, right? So I said, please try it, and he tried it, and he said to me this. He said, this was the most fucking disgusting pickle I've ever had in my life.
Oh my god.
And he said, this tastes like a cucumber electrocuted in water.
Oh my god. Okay, so
I'll never forget that.
maybe there was some malfunction with the canning process or
I don't
something.
know.
I don't know the answer to that, but
Me
it
neither.
sounds like it was an interesting experience.
He basically said how it was. It was fucking most disgusting
You,
pickle.
you got to follow the rules when you're doing pickling and canning. Just yeah,
Right?
do what the
I'll
book
try.
says.
I mean, angry Jason, he was doing it, and he said, if you can do it, if I can do it, you can do it, kind of thing, right? So
Oh my god, Jason had his canner under the friggin' desk where he streams from for like a year and a half. I'm like, dude,
my
get your
God,
freaking canner out and stick some carrots in a jar and put it in the canner, right?
yeah,
And eventually he finally did, and like
he
good
did.
for him, man. And a lot of people are intimidated by canning and pressure canning, um,
Mm-hmm.
but there are easier, safer, not necessarily safer ways to do it now,
Yeah,
but there are electric ones.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. Huh.
like I don't know if it's Instant Pot makes an electric canner where you can can uh, jarred goods in.
Yeah,
safely.
we never had pressure canners. My mother, I remember, she would just boil the jars in the water in like a big pot, which I have it. I bought it in Walmart, and that
Okay.
was it.
All right.
And
So
that
you're
was
talking
that.
about water bath canning. That's not good for meat or anything like that. And
No,
yeah, you gotta be really careful about that. And
we never canned meat. I don't remember. We would either store outside because we actually fuck, I won't tell you exactly, but I don't think we had a good fridge, good functioning fridge the first 7 years. If it was such a small that wouldn't, hold much. And I don't think we would have a freezer. No, we wouldn't have a freezer. We would put everything outside because it was so cold outside.
okay. So South Florida DCL has a question here. Ever tried oven canning? South Florida, if you go
No.
back and you look in my earlier videos, you'll see a bunch of oven canning videos for
Hmm.
rice. That's the only way I've ever put rice back. A whole bunch of other different dried goods like beans and stuff like that. I've also
Mm.
done experiments with oven canned beans to see if
Oh,
they will sprout afterwards. And yes, I've successfully sprouted them. So oven canning, yes, have heard of that. Absolutely.
I'm gonna look it up. I'm gonna look it up. There's so much things that you can learn on YouTube. It's insane. The things that
Absolutely.
people
So
do.
so that's pretty interesting. What was the biggest challenge for you? Um, do you think about um, back when you were growing up
Mm.
and didn't have running water in the house? What was the biggest like, ah, shit, this is the worst freaking water job I have to do every day or every couple of days? Was it bath day or like
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no. I tell you what was the fucking worst thing. My son just fell asleep. Mama loves you, baby. Keep sleeping. It's just like next to me. I tell you what, it wasn't the first 7 years because when I was born, it was normal for me. I didn't see anything wrong with it. Do you know what I mean? As a
but
child.
now that you think back,
But then I'll tell you what was the worst thing. It was the worst when we moved to apartment because my house burned when I was 7 years old. Right, everything burned,
okay.
and rest in peace, my poor cat. He also died. And then so we've lost everything. And when we moved to apartment, and as I started growing up, 7, 8, 9, 10, now we had running water. Now we had the bathtub. But because they were building new area, the whole area was new. They sometimes had to like shut the water off, or because if you turn the tap on, it would be like literally brown water coming out.
Yeah,
So you
okay,
wouldn't be able. So we would have to take buckets and walk like a 1 or 2 kilometers because there was two spots on the other side, like on both sides of the area at the end, and go and queue to take water and carry the buckets back. And that was it.
all
That's
right.
all.
That's great actually. That's
Yeah.
a very, very good point.
That
Um,
was fucking brutal. Like
th-
fucking brutal, honestly, because you know why? Because my mother wouldn't do that. She would send me and my sister.
it's
So as
interesting.
a child, I would carry big bucket of fucking water back. Yeah.
Over on the Angry Peppers live stream, just before you and I came on, they were talking about a little bit about that, about water and
Mm-hmm.
wasn't water collection a woman's business, and that was
Yeah.
kind of the consensus in the chat. Yeah, it's the
Mm-hmm.
women go get the water, but
Yeah.
so very interesting. Think about that, guys and gals. You know,
Yeah. I have to walk.
in a bad situation, if the water shuts off,
Where are you
like
gonna
sure
go?
you can store some, but you're not going to be able to store all the water you need. You're going to have to go get some, and
Yeah.
going, no big deal. Coming back, no big deal. But grabbing the water and bringing it back,
Yeah.
big job,
Also, yeah,
massive pain in the ass.
yeah. Sorry. My great grandma, we used to have rain barrels everywhere. But that was normal, do you know what I mean? And we would use the rainwater for baths,
Yeah.
literally warming up on the stuff. But when we moved to the apartment, when she hit the fan and we had no water, we had to walk and bring buckets of water, me and my sister as children. And like imagine Like, literally, can any of you imagine, for example, in Canada, a parent asking their 7 years old, go 1 kilometer with a bucket and bring me fucking water? Not gonna happen. Not gonna
Exactly.
happen. Do you know what I mean?
Do you guys and gals know? Okay, so first of all, if you're carrying water, if it's in your hands, you want to have it in both hands. So you're not doing this, hurting one side of your back. Okay. Secondly, do you know how much a 5-gallon bucket of water weighs?
A lot.
Any idea?
A lot. I don't know how much, but a
45,
lot.
50 pounds
Oh, the fuck. So, oh shit! I
per,
just moved.
per bucket.
So sorry. Yeah, that's a lot.
Mhm.
And yeah, when I was a child, this is how I was. Sometimes I laugh that I was a child laborer because, as soon as you can speak, talk, walk, whatever, go do the gardening, go pull the weeds out, go bring some water, go and, load some wood on the whatever, trolley we have it, right? Like you do stuff.
Boom.
You don't.
Okay, there's Sean in Alaska. 40 pounds. Water is 8 pounds to the gallon. Oh, Aleksandra. And there's
Mm.
somebody here in the chat hitting on you saying my guest is a cutie. Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take this opportunity. Go visit the cuties page and subscribe to her channel. And then you can see more of her. Okay? How about that? That's what this live stream is for. It's to highlight Aleksandra's channel, let you guys and gals know what she's all about, let you know that she has different ideas behind preparedness. Also similar. It all goes toward the same end, but
Everybody's different. Everybody has a different lifestyle.
exactly.
Everybody.
You prepare for a different reason than I prepare. You prepare in a different way than I
Mhm.
prepare. The way I
Absolutely.
prepare is not suited to how you prepare, right?
Mm-mm.
We all have to
You,
do what's good for us.
yeah. You live
There are,
alone, right? You
yeah,
live alone, but so you don't have a child, right? That you have to like explain. Oh, there is no food in the stores. But I always talk to my child on regular basis. I tell him, baby, right now, actually, I mentioned in my morning video, I believe, for yesterday, whatever. I'm kind of tired because I work all day and whatever. But I say to my baby, you have to eat what mama gives you, and then, if it's no food in the stores, you're gonna have to eat what we have, and I want you to be grateful. You know what I mean? So in a way, I kind of tell him, baby, this is gonna happen, and I want you to be prepared. Even as a child, right? Obviously, I have snacks for him, so much little things that gonna last, like the fruit cups, they last about 2 years, right? You know what I mean? That kind of things, right? But
absolutely.
I want him to grow up not spoiled and not privileged, because there's so many kids nowadays, they are spoiled and privileged, and it's like, what the fuck? Seriously, it boggles my mind, how a friend of mine visited me from England, and he was here for a week, and I mean, he's my best friend. And then he was shocked, because we've known each other for so long, but obviously, we didn't see live. 3 years ago, we saw each other. I was in England, but he didn't meet my son till like last May, right? And he was like, "Darling, you're raising him so well," he says. "I cannot believe it," he said. And he said one of his friends, she has a son, and she tells him this. I don't know his name, but whatever, XYZ. "You've been naughty. Take your iPad and go to your room." What the fuck is this?
That's not a punishment.
That's not a punishment. Of course he's gonna continue being naughty because he's gonna use the fucking iPad all the time.
Take
It's
the
like,
iPad away and show them an axe and a pile of wood.
fuck, yeah.
Chop
In
wood.
my day, it was timeout,
I
big
think it's
time.
important. You showed in some of your videos that you're teaching your son how to fish. Okay, you don't know how to fish, and that's okay.
No,
But you're learning together, right?
right?
And you're
Yeah.
showing him that it's important to learn this, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ontario Prepper is doing the same thing. He's
Mm-hmm.
a hunter and a fisherman and stuff like that, and he's
Yeah.
teaching his child the same thing. And I think it's very, very important to teach these ideas to our kids because it's skills that they're going to need,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Highly important. So
Absolutely.
kudos to you for doing that.
And Ontario Prepper, his son actually is awesome. I think he's the one who did the video. You have to go on his channel, guys. Subscribe to him and watch his son's speech. He's a young hero, We need more of those. So yeah.
Definitely. You know what? That's amazing you said that because what I want to do right now, just take a little opportunity. We
Mm,
got some great frickin' channels in here
mm.
with Ontario Prepper, uh, Sean in Alaska. Okay, Sean in Alaska is almost at 2,000
Oh, yeah.
subscribers now. And
Nice.
for you guys and gals that don't know Sean in Alaska, he's building his
Mm,
off-grid cabin in Alaska himself now this year, this summer. Go watch it. Seriously, don't miss it. Great to
that's
follow,
amazing.
a lot to learn, and he shows all of his mistakes, which is even better.
Okay.
And check out Ontario Prepper. Um, uh,
Yeah.
any of my awesome moderators who have the blue wrenches there, please go ahead and drop the links. Drop your own links, especially.
Mm,
Yes, teach them skills now.
yeah.
100%. Hickory Crop,
Absolutely.
another very, very good channel. Hickory Crop
Mm,
Farm. Please go check them out as well. Highly intelligent people, very, very smart with homesteading, gardening, animal husbandry, canning, cooking,
yeah.
uh,
Everything, right?
crafting, home, like so many things. Please go check out all these good channels.
Yeah. You
Not to
have
my
to.
channels about, it's about highlighting other good channels, of
Mm,
which I think you have one, which is why we're
mm,
here.
right.
Exactly.
Deacon Prepper is asking where I'm from. Yeah. I'm from Poland. I just wrote down. But
Okay.
yeah, you know what? You have to teach your kids young. You have to because those days are just crazy. The kids are so sheltered. They so protected. So they don't get offended or you don't hurt my feelings. In my days, we was taught to sort shit between us. If somebody bullies you, I had a bit of a different situation with bullying, but nevertheless, you don't tattletale. You either fight after school in a playground, right? Nowadays it's not like this because nowadays there's a lot of violence. It's too much. People, whatever. But or the parents will just go at each other, crazy, right? It was old school. The way things were sorted was different, and nowadays it's just like, oh my god, all the kids they just I don't know. They're so sheltered and so spoiled, and they thought they are privileged. They not. I tell my son, you're special for mommy, but you're not special in this world.
Now, they're
I
taught to
tell
be
him that.
offended.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? If you're offended or if your feelings are hurt,
Yeah.
it's up to you to sort out. You know,
Yeah.
it's your feelings, not mine.
But it's like everybody gets fucking so offended with everything. It's like people are weak those days, really weak,
Well,
and it's like,
they're teaching the children to be weak, which
yeah,
is which is why it's great to see
yeah,
channels like yours and Ontario Prepper actually teaching their children skills, how to
right.
prepare, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because uh, you know they're
I
not
mean,
going to learn it in a school.
yeah. So I know somebody. Um, I know a family. Until today, I can't understand. I want to fucking scream most of the time when I think of them. There is parents, to Canada, when they were young, from XYZ country, and they had 4 kids, and they had really rough life before, like so simple, just like kind of me in Poland, like in 80s. And instead of teaching the kids, to do everything and to be grateful, they spoil the fuck out of them. Now the kids are adults, for adults. Now the parents are 72 years old, both of them. They're still working because none of the kids will go and help them. Are you fucking kidding me? But not only that, they will just go and take and take and take. It will never help them. They will never do shit for them. And when I say to my son, I'm like, are you going to take care of mommy when mommy's old? He's like, yeah. I'm like, are you going to wait for me to call you and say, hey son, can you come and freaking cut my grass or vacuum my place or whatever? He's like, no mommy, I'm just gonna do it. So you need to teach them, just like show initiative. You see something needs to be done, do it, and that's it.
Let me tell you something about initiative. There's somebody here in the chat made a comment. Brenda Mackey. Awesome, Brenda. Least I can watch tonight. Next 2 days and nights, I will be baking to sell my baked goods on the weekends in my driveway. You want to talk about initiative, guys and gals? That's initiative. You don't have any money to prepare?
Yeah.
That's how you get it. That is initiative.
Absolutely. Good for you.
Amazing. That is awesome. Awesome.
What are you baking? Cookies.
Yeah, you got to share what you're baking. Absolutely. That
is fucking amazing.
Good for you.
Yeah, right? Yeah, we gotta prepare, guys, because I feel like I always say that was just a test. 2020 was just a fucking test.
100%.
And I think there is something bigger coming. And okay, so kind of, did I share that with you or with Angry or with nobody? I don't know. I'm kind of tired. Excuse me, guys. I've been up since like 6 in the morning and working on the machine all day. And then what was I gonna say? I've lost my fucking train of thought. I'm so tired. Oh yeah. Okay. Shit, sorry. My last job, right? That one I lost it. Such a cruel way. Fuck it. Fuck them and whatever. There was a warehouse with dog food and human food. I was on the dog side, and we was just starting doing some human organic posh bullshit, right? And the dog and cat food was extremely expensive, totally just out of normal person price range. Was like kind of a high end, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And all the toys, they were just like, I love dogs and I love cats, but I was like always laughing. I was like, all the toys, I was like, there was like a bottle to buy that says Patron, like tequila. Like, fuck, do you think a dog knows that it's a fucking Patron tequila bottle,
No.
It was all for owners, right? All these posh people, right?
Well, you see, when I see a dog show, that's not a dog show, it's a people show.
Fucking for owners, right? And then it was very busy. And before I lost the job, about 2 months, it was very quiet. I was like, yo, what's happening? Like, what just happened? Like, why we don't get that much orders? You know what I mean? Because of fuel prices. Yeah.
Well, think about it. I mean, okay. So, Night Northern Girl Hobbies, I see you got to go. Stay well and safe.
Thanks, girl. Thank you
Anyone
so much.
who's just coming into the chat, hello and welcome.
Guys, check out Northern Girl Hobbies. She's awesome.
Absolutely. Hey, Ting Ting. Good to see you. But yeah, dog food, human food. Okay, so let me see. Oh, carrots, sweet potatoes, and chicken. That's your dog food? Well, what do people eat?
Yeah, right?
Right?
But my point was that when I lost the job in such a cruel and unexpected way, and it just really, really kind of fucked me for a couple of weeks. I was just so pissed off and crying. And I've lost some money as well. And that really pissed me off even more, but whatever. Money's money, will come back. When I got this job in this company, it's technology, right? I'm doing pretty much the same job, it's just different product. And we are busy. We are so busy, it's ridiculous. And I spoke to one person who is related to my old job, and she says, For 2 weeks, we didn't take any bill of lading from there. We didn't ship anything from them. And now I think to myself, you know what? Maybe this was meant to happen. Maybe there was some fucking higher power to took me out of there, because my job now is the one that is gonna thrive through all the bullshit, because it's technology. I'm not gonna tell you exactly, but it's technology. Something to control people, help to control people in the future. Unfortunately, that is not gonna go. That is not gonna go slow. We have to make 2,000. I mean, I don't make the units. I deal with other bullshit. But like, but food, the other warehouse, I think they're gonna struggle as fuck next few months, if not go down, because they carry something that is absolutely not essential. They have overpriced dog food that people stop buying because it's too fucking expensive.
Boom. Look at that. Brenda Mackey just said that the money that she makes with the baking buys their winter wood, provides their winter heat. Boom. Bravo.
What is that?
Brenda Mackey said that all the baking that she does and sells in her driveway buys the winter wood to heat their place.
Nice. Good for you, woman.
That's
Awesome.
freaking
Fuck
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Deacon, yes, control the people. Aleksandra asked me what I thought was going to happen in the next couple of months, and I said food and gas is just going to keep going up. Earlier this year, I predicted $10 a gallon for gas here in Canada. We're at $8 already. So I mean, yeah, there's plenty of room to go there, right?
Do you drive, North? Do you drive?
Yes, ma'am.
You do, right? And you know, my I don't know if you drive a truck or any other car.
It's an SUV, and it cost me $156 to fill it last time I filled it.
Fuck. And how long does it last you?
Well, depends where I go. I filled it when I went to see my folks, which is 2 hours each way.
Wow.
So it lasts me that trip. And then about 2 weeks after that, I think this weekend's going to be Father's Day, so I should go up again. I'm going to have to fuel up again. It's near the bottom. And
Shit.
yeah, call me a crappy prepper, whatever you want to do. Let my fuel tank get down that low, but I know I'm going to be going past the reserve where I can save like 80 cents a gallon.
Nice. Whoa, how much? 80 what the? Okay.
80 cents a gallon. Yeah.
That's fucking good.
Which is why I do that. And, I've talked to other people about it, and they're like, oh, no, we burn a little bit. We put 20 bucks in, always keep it full. It's like, nah, I buy it cheap. I burn it, and then I go back to the cheap place and I buy it again.
Yeah. How about you know what? How about grab yourself jerry can? Like I have one, right? I have a scepter can. I bought it. It was very expensive, but whatever. And then
the jerry can's $32, and then it's $32 to fill.
Yeah. So.
But, and you have a place to store it. I don't.
Yes. Oh shit! I forgot you live in an apartment.
Yeah, like you have a shed. I don't have a shed.
I have a shed, which is shit. It's falling apart. I need a boyfriend to fix it.
All right, you heard that from herself, guys and gals.
Okay, I gotta tell you this funny. Okay, my son is sleeping, so I can relax a little bit. So is this guy at work? I'm like, shit, he's hot, but yo, I'm working here and I don't want no work bullshit, right? But he keeps looking at me and I keep looking at him, but I'm busy. I don't have time to talk, right? And like, so he goes like, don't run me over, right? Because I was on the machine. I'm like, what if I do? He's like, oh, you gotta pay me lots of money. And I'm like, sure I do. And I was like, how old are you? And he's like, guess. I'm like, 25. And he's like, what the fuck? I am 25. And I'm like, how old do you think I am? And he's like, 30. I wish you guys saw his face, because I was like 39 going on 40, and he like fucking jumped. Fuck. And then he walked away, and then I was like, god damn it, that's it, it's over, my dreams got crushed, fuck, whatever. And then he chatted me like an hour later. He was like, I'm looking for a sugar mama. I was like, fuck off. Wow. But he was joking. No, he wasn't like serious. I feel like he seems like he's a nice guy, but like when I told him my age, he was like, he got,
Aleksandra,
he
Ontario
got
prep makes a good point
electrocuted.
here. Don't shit where you eat.
No, no, I am not interested in that. No, I I haven't dated anyone from work since my ex-husband. I met him at my work, and I was with him for 7 years. But no, no, no. You know what? It's there is some couples at my work. It's a very big company. It's like 420 people.
Same.
But right now, no, not at work. I'm so new there, and like I definitely need to get through my probation period, and that kind of shit, and get through the summer guys, because I feel like going back to the summer guys, it's gonna be expensive even more. I see gas in BC 250 a liter, because right now we are 231, 233. That's
Yeah,
per liter. That's
yeah.
per
Two
liter.
fifty would almost give us the $10 I was predicting, and it would do $10 to
Yeah,
diesel.
yeah, that's bullshit. Like my car, it cost me about 90 bucks every 8 to 10 days, and I always drive. And somebody hit and run my fucking car today, so
That's another fiasco. That's insurance. You'll have they'll get you a rental.
yeah, I have to, right? I have to do it because I have to go to work, right? And
Yeah,
yeah, it's gonna cost me 500 bucks deductible,
yeah, that sucks. I mean, that comes right out of your bank, right?
right? Yeah, so yeah, prepare for everything, and everybody has a different, like, what's your reason to prepare? Like, like, how are you preparing? You know what I mean?
How am I preparing? I'm,
Mhm.
like, okay, if you want to gauge our preparedness, as far as
Yeah.
I would consider myself an intermediate prepper. Uh,
Okay, good.
because, okay, so, so far I've prepared 1 metric shit ton of food,
Nice.
dry goods, canned goods, um, pressure canning, lots of pressure canned foods, pressure canned
Mhm.
meats, uh, store bought canned meats. Uh,
Nice.
I have home base communications set up that I still need to screw with and figure out all how that
Mhm.
works. Uh, you have to get licensing for that and stuff. But I still need to get into auxiliary. I know water purification and all those kinds of things in so many different ways.
Mhm.
But I still need to get into auxiliary power backup. You know,
Yeah.
just even in a small way. Like I got those little power banks, like you showed on your one video.
I'm just charging my phone on it because
Yeah,
my
it's just
phone
a
is
little
on a
battery.
tripod.
Yeah, I got a
So,
couple little ones like that. But aside from that, that's going to be one of my next sort of preps is looking more into toward uh, extra energy preps.
yeah.
So
I love Chacha. She goes magic shit on. It's a new, it's a
cha
new.
cha, yeah, metric shit ton. 1 metric shit ton. How you doing, cha cha? But I
Oh
have to
my god.
state that that's metric because when I say shit ton, my American brothers and sisters come in and they say shit ton question mark. I don't know that measurement, and I say, oh, it's metric.
Mm. You know what? What I was gonna say? No, I think you good. You're alone. So for yourself, like, what do you think? Like, if something crazy happened, I mean, hopefully nothing crazy will happen to the extent like nukes or whatever. But
Uh,
if that had to happen, you would have to stay home. How long do you think you prepare for? How long you confident you can survive?
a year.
Very good. Very good. That is awesome.
Um, do you know what? Although I need to qualify that by saying, you
Mm,
know, every friggin' day we need to be looking at what our preps are.
yeah.
Look at them, assess them. What are the holes? All right, you want to know
Mhm.
what the holes in mine are. I
Yeah.
could use a little more seeds to go in my that thing. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I could use a little bit more vegetables, and I could
Hmm.
use a little bit more fruit.
So,
Aside from that, you could probably lock my door for a year.
okay. So you live in an apartment. I have a homework for you. I want you to do something. Um,
Oh,
when the
really?
home, yeah, it's your homework. You're gonna do it, and it
Yeah.
doesn't cost it doesn't cost much money, okay? Because I did it, but then I was like, okay, so now I can do it. I'm gonna leave it, and I will do it like when I really have to. Try a small hydroponic set on Amazon. So I got the set. I got the growing lights. I got the warming mat. I've got the jugs of whatever. So maybe $50. I'm lying. $50. It's maybe $100. I will send you pictures this weekend. Not now because it's in my shed. I will show you. I'll send you on your phone. Um, and get yourself a small kit for hydroponics because you can literally grow lettuce, at home without any sunlight, because you have your growing lights, right?
I got a grow light right there. There's plants under it right now. I'm already
Perfect.
set up for that. I'm set up to do that. Microgreens, sprouts.
Yeah.
Somebody holding down the fort, dehydrate.
Nice.
Down the fort. How many peppers? How many green peppers do you think are in there? Just go ahead and random a guess. Go ahead.
Honestly, 100. I'll say 100 because I dehydrate.
You're over.
I am over.
You're over.
Okay.
Angry Homesteader 2. Angry Homesteader, please confirm on this channel. Have
Yeah.
you been booted on your original channel? And if you have, yes, please, one of my moderators, give a
Yeah.
link.
Why is
Angry
it home
Homesteader 2.
spelled too? Huh? Why
Yeah,
is it?
that's her
Weird.
backup channel.
Huh? What did you do? Did you say something bad? I'm just kidding. Oh, what the fuck? Are you serious? Why? How? Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay. So for you content creators out there, make sure, and this is something I need to do. I don't have a freaking backup channel. I would just start a new one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't have it. I'm not big enough. What do I have? 935, 6 people that
Nice,
watching me.
Arc Wild Man. Yeah, you're 930 something like that. I think
Mm.
when I looked earlier today, Arc Wild Man Survival, guys and gals, another great channel in here. Uh,
Yeah.
I love watching him. His Canteen Cup Tuesdays and Cast Iron Wednesdays and Fired Up Fridays. And
It's
if you
so
like,
relaxing, right? It's
if
so
you like,
relaxing watching him.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. If you
Yeah.
like readings out of the book, he'll do
Yeah.
that for you too.
Yeah. I think we all have different style of prepping. Some people are prepping a lot mentally, much more mentally than
That's
you know
important.
and it's really important because so many more people gonna fold. And I was kind of brainwashed all my life that because okay, so guys, I'm gonna tell you something fucking crazy, okay?
No, before you do that, what I have to do is I have to say Alex Jones has it correct. I have 49 peppers in that jar.
Nice.
And do you know how much vitamin C is in 49 green peppers? Don't go do the math on it right now. It's one metric shit ton of
Yeah.
vitamin C. There's so much vitamin C in peppers, red ones, green ones, whatever.
Shit, that's amazing. That is
Yeah, go
amazing.
check out Arc Wildman Survival, guys and
Yeah,
gals. Yeah,
guys, yeah,
absolutely.
do that.
I dehydrate all kinds of stuff, guys and gals, all kinds of it. Uh, that's one of my favorite methods of putting food back. Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like Swiss chard is one of my favorite things to dehydrate because you can
Oh no
just
way.
crush it. You crush it; it grows like amazing. Better than
I love
lettuce,
this, sir. I love it. It's so
better than
good.
lettuce, better than spinach. It
Uh-huh.
grows prolifically, and it'll grow into winter. It's very
Mhm.
hardy, and you pick it, put it on the dehydrator, and you take it and you just crumble it, drop it into a jar, put a lid on it, and then if you ever want to, sprinkle some in a soup, in your spaghetti sauce,
Mhm.
whatever.
I'm gonna do that actually. I'm gonna
And
do
you have
that.
those nutrients.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Hang on.
I love dehydrating, for anyone who doesn't know it. One of my favorite ways to put stuff back. Oven canning, also amazing.
Yeah, that's good. I'm gonna, you know what? I dehydrated carrots last year and 2 years ago, zucchini, garlic, onion, um, what and parsley, but the parsley didn't really come out. I don't know. But I love my dehydrator. I definitely tell every prepper out there, get yourself a dehydrator, get yourself a bread maker, and vacuum sealer, food saver vacuum sealer, right?
I like the vacuum sealer. I like it big time.
Mhm.
However, I do need, the rings that fit on top of the jars,
Yeah,
your pint size and your quart size jars.
yeah.
That's something I need for my canner, or sorry, for my vacuum sealer.
I
I
have
don't,
it.
I don't have that. You should keep it and use it for jars.
No, you know what? I just got it. I just actually got it. Haven't used it. Kind of got busy, put it aside, and then I opened my cupboard. I was like, oh my god, my wide mouth,
Use it.
attachment for food saver. But there was a time when you couldn't get them at all for over a year.
I get that. Hey, there's another
Yeah.
way you can do that. They use a
Mm.
brake bleeder. There's lots of videos out there. A brake bleeder, a
Mhm.
manual one. It's kind of like a caulking gun, how it
Oh,
works,
I see that.
and it's
Yes.
got a hose on it. Um, I don't know exactly how to do it, but
Yeah.
apparently
There is
it's
a
very,
video on it.
very easy to do.
There's a video on YouTube somewhere. I've seen it. I've seen it because I've watched so many freaking YouTube videos when the whole shit started.
Oh
Just
yeah,
to,
yeah, there's lots of them on that, and
yeah,
yeah, you
yeah,
just punch it in the search bar and you'll get everything you want.
yeah, yeah. Go get your canning supplies, guys. I mean, again,
Okay,
I'm not
boom.
the
Good,
biggest.
good call there. Arc Wildman is saying
Yeah.
that. He's responding in. They have canning supplies there. We haven't seen
Mhm.
any shortage here where I am.
Not
Uh,
anymore. Not
so
anymore.
wherever you are here in the chat, maybe we can chime in on that as part of the skinny. If you've got canning supplies where you are now,
Mm-hmm.
um, go get them because they may be in short supply. Obviously the harvest is about to come in for a bunch
Yeah.
of people, and they're going to be going out and purchasing those items. So go get them for yourselves.
I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for joining my channel, subbing up. Thank you so much. I don't post every single day because I'm tired and I kind of I post when I feel it. Even this morning I was like, I feel like making this short video, right? And I did that. But yeah, I want to do more. I want to do more videos. I want to show you guys more. But you know what? I'm kind of getting tired. I don't want to
That's
film
okay.
it.
Boom. Whiskey Woman says she dehydrates spinach, kale, chard, and sneaks it into everything her
Yeah.
picky eaters will not eat. But
Mm, mm. But you know what? Before I go, because I'm gonna go soon, I have to take my son to bed and get myself to get ready
all
for
right.
tomorrow. But just want to say thank you so much, guys. I am tired. If I sound like a douche, I'm sorry. Anyway, Sean, you're awesome. I am privileged and grateful to know you and actually be able to speak to you in person.
I'm just
Uh,
some guy. I'm just some guy. And you know what? I
but
like,
you're a real person, and I wish you would live somewhere here because I need more people like you around me. Because unfortunately, so many people you don't trust. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, I get it. I get it for
Right?
sure. But
And you know what's coming, and a prepper, so it's you know if you live next to me, I don't think you would fuck me over if something happened. Do you know what I mean? I think we would stick together and work with through this together. you know
well,
uh,
we're of like mind. I get it. I get it. And you
right.
know what?
Yeah.
I love to help.
Mm.
I had less than 1,000 subs at one time too, and I had a lot of help from great channels like uh, Angry Prepper, Prepper Nurse One.
Mm.
You know, people see me moderating at pinballs. The Alaska
No.
Prepper shouted me out. So I've had a lot of help, and I think it's my job as a prepper when I see other prepping channels doing good
Yeah.
stuff, especially when you're talking like a real person. You know what I mean?
I
Uh,
try.
I think it's important to help the other. It's
Hmm.
important to shout out other good channels because
Hmm.
you've got a lot of good information. You're going to have a lot more good information coming up, which is why I wanted to feature your channel on here. I think you have a lot to offer the prepping community, and that you will in the future. So,
And you know what? I was thinking, next summer, if we're still all alive and the world is like still somehow okay, I want to like drive up to Ontario in my car, right? Because it's a good car, so it's pretty new. And just hopefully they will fix the bumper. I mean, they will, but I
yeah,
don't
please
know.
drop Aleksandra's link again, guys and gals. Boom, there's Stu. Stu has the link. I love Stu. You guys and gals don't know Stu, send him some love.
I want to drive to Ontario. I want to meet you in person. I want to meet Northern Girl Hobbies in person and
Well, I want to drive
Ontario
out
Prepper.
freaking west.
Like, I want to do some, I don't know, like prepper meetup convention. Maybe Jason can cross the border next year. Do you know what I mean? And
Holy shit, maybe we can get out of our own freaking country without having to
right,
jabberdoodle.
fuck,
What did you
man,
call it?
yeah.
The magic potion?
They won't let me out, baby. Shit.
I'm a prisoner.
So how do they say locked up? They won't let me out. Fuck. Anyway, I'm going to sleep.
Permanent lockdown. But
Right.
anyways, with that, guys and gals,
Thank you.
say a nice hello. Welcome Aleksandra to the community. She's been here for a good long while, but just taking another opportunity to introduce her to some guys and gals that may not have met her before,
Mm.
and shed some light on her channel because she's got a lot of good stuff to say. She speaks like an actual freaking human being, not she doesn't talk smack. She talks about stuff that's true and stuff that's going on actually, and stuff like that. So she's gonna have a lot more to offer in the future. So hook up with her, go subscribe, check her channel out, and that's amazing. Great to have you here, Aleksandra. Do you have anything else you'd like to share with the chat before we go ahead and wind this up?
Thanks, guys, for all the support. Don't forget to wear orange to end the gun violence tomorrow, okay?
Oh
Because that's
God,
gonna.
stop making me puke.
I'm sorry. I was like, I gotta say this shit.
Guys and gals, if you don't know what wearing orange to stop the gun violence means, go watch her channel. Go watch some of her videos. You'll get it.
What the fuck?
And it's
No.
freaking ridiculous.
Oh my god. Anyway, I'm going to sleep. I'm so fucking tired.
All right.
I will, Sean, thank you. And
Yeah,
I
we're gonna
will,
go ahead and end this live stream. Jump down backstage here with me just for a second, and
I will.
so with that, guys and gals, this is North, and
Aleksandra the Great. Thank you, guys.
thanks for tuning in. Stay well, stay safe. Don't forget to hold up your brother and your sister, and don't ever look down on anyone unless you're about to give them a hand up.
Thanks, guys.